Today on The Young and the Restless, Daniel erupts at his mother, Tucker has a proposition for Adam, and Ashley lies to Abby. Lily lets herself into the Chancellor estate after Devin didn't hear her knocking. They talk business and she thinks the place inspires him. Devin reveals that Tucker and Ashley are going to have their wedding there. She warns if all the Abbotts are coming, they should put away the breakables. Lily feels having the wedding there is a statement, but she's not sure of what. Devin points out it's Abby's mother and his father, and they're sure as hell not going to marry at the Abbott mansion. He's sure they can get through it without drama, but he has some concerns. They discuss Ashley's vendetta, and Devin thinks Tucker has been trying to keep the peace. He asked me to be his best man, and I said yeah. Lily marvels at this. Devin will never fully trust him, but he's giving him a chance. He laments that Abby's stuck in the middle of the feud with her family. If she gets caught in the fallout, he doesn't know how he'll forgive any of them. At the GAC, Abby tells Ashley they need to talk. Ashley assures her that she wants to end the feud. Abby questions her change of heart. Can you actually accept that Diane is a part of Jack's life and Jabut? Ashley has big plans of her own. Abby thinks it sounds like she's giving up, which is not something she does. Ashley promises her intentions are genuine. Abby can't shake the feeling this switch is a different strategy. Ashley questions Abby, doubting her integrity. Abby still can't believe she's just going to drop the anger and bitterness. Ashley says everything she'd done is to protect her family's company. She hasn't handled it well, but she wants to repair her relationships. She's just asking for a chance. Ashley vows she's getting on with her life and moving on. I am committed to mending things with our family. Adam welcomes Sharon into his apartment. She wants to discuss office space for Augustus. Sharon says Victor offered them space at Newman, but she thinks they should have their own place. Adam agrees. Sharon has found some possibilities on the other side of town. Adam tells her, "Whatever you think is best." She finds this acquiescence concerning. Adam won't open up. Sharon reminds him that there's a lot at stake. Is there something you need to tell me? Sharon presses him to talk about what's bothering him. Adam complains that Sally looks at him with pity if he so much as hint that he still cares about her. He knows he has to let it go, but on the other hand, it feels like a mistake because she brings out the best in him. Sharon tells him he's a better man than he was, but that wasn't Sally's doing. She just saw it in him. She advises him against holding onto a love that has no chance. Adam sighs that he and Sally belong together. The only reason she's with Nick is because she thinks he's a safer choice. Sharon reminds him he doesn't get to decide what's in Sally's heart or Nick's. Adam tells Sharon that she is still Nick's one true love. He should embrace that. Sharon, exasperated, wonders if that's how he sees her and Nick. How are they going to work together? She and Nick have been through hell and are ready to move forward. How about you? Adam tells Sharon that just because he's pointing out the obvious doesn't mean he wants to blow up their partnership. Sharon argues that he needs to get rid of his delusions. She and Nick have a connection due to their children and history, but that doesn't mean they have a romantic future. Adam insists that it was obvious how Nick felt the night Sally lost the baby, and his first concern was Sharon. He loves you. He'll always love you. Sharon tells him to stop it. Adam insists the love may be dormant, but it will never die. Don't just throw it away or avoid it. Sharon informs Adam that he's crossing a line. She won't let him manipulate her and turn her into some kind of wedge between Nick and Sally. I'm not going to be a pawn in your game. Adam apologizes. He respects her too much to manipulate her. Sharon says he's entitled to his feelings, but if it impacts the partnership, it's going to be a problem. It's time to move forward and focus on their own lives. In society, Tucker tells Phyllis that scandals come and go. It's all part of the game. Phyllis has evidence to back her up, and she's willing to go public with his company covering up statutory rape. At this moment, she's very much in charge and she wants Carson, now. Tucker has an idea what she's alluding to, but it had nothing to do with him. Phyllis says he was still the captain of the ship, and the emails expose his involvement. Do you want this hanging over your head moving forward? Tucker chuckles. You do what you have to do, Phyllis. Phyllis doesn't want this to get ugly and warns him not to underestimate her. Tucker wonders what she and Christine were talking about earlier. It seems to him that he's not the one in danger. Phyllis tells Tucker that her trial date has been set. That means it's crunch time for her defense and for him. She wonders what Ashley would think of his name being dragged through the mud. This is a game changer, and you know it. Tucker tells her, our deal is off. Daniel walks in as Phyllis asks if he's sure. Ashley will drop him like a hot potato. She urges him to stick to their deal. She can impact his life. Tucker says, you can't touch me, Phyllis, and walks out. Daniel approaches his surprised mother. Daniel wants to know why Phyllis was talking to the snake, Tucker. Phyllis says they have bigger problems. Christine is going after Summer. Daniel knew this would happen. He fumes, trying to protect us. How did that work out? You never quit, do you? At the Chancellor Mansion, Lily tells Divin that things are good between her and Daniel, and that they had a painting night. He's glad she's moving on from Billy. Lily says it's easy with Daniel, there are no games. She's happy for him and Abby too. They toast to simplicity and happiness. Tucker shows up at Adam's place, so Sharon takes off. Tucker asks how the restructuring of the company is going. Adam grins, let me guess, you talked to Phyllis. Tucker says she claims to have stumbled upon some information in some old McCall emails. Adam, playing along, asks, what kind? Tucker replies, the kind that could potentially cause me a bit of trouble if exposed. He asks, what does she have, Adam? Adam grunts, this and that. An email or two, maybe more. Tucker wonders what's in it for him. Adam wants to cut to the chase. Tucker has a proposition, a mutually beneficial arrangement, if he's willing to listen. Adam is willing to listen for a minute, but isn't easily swayed. He'll have to convince him his proposition is worth more than that. Tucker says, I'm a simple man, as you know, and I'm just here to offer a simple deal. He says he can make things happen and asks Adam what he's after. Adam replies, keep Phyllis out of prison. Tucker asks why. Adam has his reasons. Release the witness Carson to Phyllis and we are good. He urges him to think about it and let him know, soon. At Society, Phyllis tells Daniel made her an offer. If she pleads guilty, she'll leave Summer alone. Daniel blurts, do it. Just do it. She can make this right by taking accountability for her actions. Phyllis argues it's not that simple. There are variables. Daniel asks if she really wants to see Summer get arrested because of something she did. Phyllis says there has to be another way, but Daniel fumes that there isn't. Please, Mom. For once in your life, just do the right thing. Phyllis informs Daniel that he doesn't know Christine like she knows Christine. She's only offering a deal to try and avoid going to jail. She's afraid because Heather has built her a very strong defense. She can protect Summer and go free at the same time. Daniel bets Tucker has something to do with that. He asks if she's really ready to gamble Summer's future and her freedom. He fumes, you have not learned from the past. Phyllis angrily says she's always tried to protect her kids. Daniel throws up his hands, you haven't changed at all. He asks her again to take the damn deal and start making her amends. In the GCAC, Abby urges her mother to make peace with Uncle Jack. Ashley nods. She doesn't want their wedding to be a battleground. She'll try to mend things with Jax so they can be together as a family. Abby believes in her mother and tells her she deserves happiness. Ashley warns that she can't do this on her own. Jack has to meet her halfway and he hates Tucker too. She asks Abby to reach out to her uncle and try to convince him to come to the wedding. Abby promises to try. They embrace. Daniel joins Lily in the park and she asks, what's wrong? Daniel tells her about the deal Christine offered Phyllis regarding Summer. He laments that it's always about her. Lily's sorry. Daniel can't even look at her when she's like this. Summer's life is hanging by a thread and their mother needs time to think. Lily knows he'll do everything in his power to protect Summer. Daniel won't let their mother's actions dictate his sister's future. It's time he took action, even if it means standing up to his own mother. Sharon approaches Phyllis in Society and muses that they might be working together. Phyllis asks, might? Sharon points out it depends on the outcome of her trial. Phyllis says, no one believes I can beat this, do they? Sharon suspects she has something up her sleeve. Phyllis smiles, yes. I always do. Sharon thinks it's time she finally faces the consequences. It's time to take a long, hard look at herself. Phyllis scoffs at her being all judgy with her comments. Sharon thinks she's bristling because she knows the right thing to do is take accountability. Phyllis volleys that Sharon is caught between Adam and Nick again. Does that sound familiar? Sharon won't let Phyllis disrupt what they're building. Adam walks up and tells them, "We can make this work." Phyllis smirks, "Yeah, it's going great so far." At home, Abby updates Stephen that her mother wants to make peace with Uncle Jack. She's almost there on trusting her. She's determined to get Jack on board for the wedding. In the park, Daniel laments that his mother can be selfish at the most inconvenient times. Lily thinks it's unfair to both him and Summer. She's causing all this stress and disregarding the consequences. Daniel agrees. He can't sit back and watch Summer suffer because of Phyllis' choices. He asks if Lily has any ideas. At the Abbott mansion, Ashley tells Tucker she told Abby a lie of omission. They have to protect the company. Tucker says they can't trust Phyllis anymore. She's become more of a liability than an asset. Ashley asks, "How so?" Tucker tells her not to worry about it and hugs her. "Nothing I can't handle."